good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and also by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. Look ahead and both a look back as the 2013 season definitely in full stride now at Cocopah Speedway. That look ahead today will be to Fan Appreciation Night at the Diamond in the Desert, coming next Saturday night and featuring some very special activities along with all 5 divisions in the 2013 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. And set to join us as a part of that look ahead is Yuma's own Cody Grabbe, driver of the number 21 IMCA Modified, and he'll be with us in just a few minutes. But first, a brief look back as we put paid to the sprint cars. The Lucas Oil ASCS Sprint Car Series wrapped up a 2-night show in front of a capacity crowd last weekend at the Diamond in the Desert, and as the Cocopah Cup Challenge presented by Cocopah Casino came to a close, Jason Johnson, the defending ASCS champion, pulled off the double, sweeping the wins in both the Friday night and Saturday night features. And looking particularly at that Saturday night feature, 30 laps in the main, and Johnson taking off from the pole position immediately into the race lead with Logan Forler dueling Lucas Wolf. Wolf moving to second on lap number 2. Caution lights on lap number 6. The 57X of Dalton Gabbard rolling to a stop in turn number 2 and rebunching the field. Once we got back under the green, 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Tony Stewart went to work on Forler for that 4th spot. Stewart's had nearly put the number 14 upside down on the start, had hopped a right rear, fell back as far as 8th before working his way back towards the front. Spin again on lap 17, again bunching the field, and on the restart from there, it was Lucas Wolf in the role of predator, so to speak, stalking Johnson through the lap slower traffic and using the high groove through turns 3 and 4. Wolf basically going where Johnson wasn't, tried to set up the slide job in turns 1 and 2, but not able to get that pass done at the opposite ends of the Cocopah Speedway Oval, despite pulling nearly even with Johnson on several occasions. Well, with the slower traffic to his advantage, Johnson racing to victory ahead of Lucas Wolf and Brady Bacon, who held off a final lap charge by Tony Stewart to take the final step on the podium by 16 1/1000ths of a second at the checkered flag. Close indeed. Seth Bergman had your 5 spot to, in fact, round out the top 5. Well, with those wins Friday and Saturday night, Johnson halfway home on the sweep of the Cocopah Cup Challenge, and he is in line for a big payday if he can pull it off again in November, as the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series will wrap up its season this fall at Cocopah Speedway. And in Victory Lane last Saturday night, well, Johnson was certainly a one ecstatic man.
I'll tell you what, this race team's having a really good time right now, and I'm the lucky guy to get to drive it. But I want to say also, the Cocopah fans, thanks for coming out. I'll tell you what, to win races in front of huge crowds like this is what it's all about. This is a driver's dream.
It's definitely a driver's dream, and again, last night saying that it was not the engine's trouble, it was just simply a mistake, and tonight getting the win in front of a capacity crowd, you certainly proved this for us as well.
I'll tell you what, Roush's really got a great program right now, and just with the Ford, it's a little bit something different. So these guys worked their tails off. Last year we improved it all throughout the year. We're coming out strong this year, and just couldn't say enough about this race team right now. The guys are doing a good job, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Now, you and Lucas Wolf had a fantastic battle there towards the end of the race in the slower traffic. Take us through some of that.
Hey, with 13 to go, my guys told me that he was all over me. I didn't have no gap, so just go as hard as you can, and you got to hit your marks. You don't want to slip up. And they kept telling me, they thought I was a little faster than 3 and 4, and man, I was just scared to get running top like that and open the bottom right up. Yeah, just waiting for the big slide job. And I seen he had a big run on me one time, and thank goodness, Lucas Wolf is a clean racer, and he gave me enough room to get off the top of 4. And from there, I wasn't going to give the bottom away. He was going to definitely have to earn it and pass around the outside.
$13,000 this weekend. What would it mean to come back in November and sweep this thing and get that $5,000 bonus?
I tell you what, but, just to win 10 grand in itself is incredible, and just to win 3 grand last night, definitely a good task by this race team, bro. So, it's something to build on, It makes us look forward to coming back. This place has definitely been good to us. We're past here last year, so we'll give it our best in the fall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner one more time, the Raging Cajun, Jason Johnson.
And as we noted, Johnson in line for a big payday in November if he can pull off the sweep and take rounds number 3 and 4 of the Cocopah Cup Challenge, as the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series will wrap up its season this fall out at Cocopah Speedway. Now, as exciting as the sprint cars were last weekend, well, it's been even more so for the 2013 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Definitely serious about that. Extremely close competition between the Yuma and Imperial-based drivers who call Cocopah Speedway home. Car counts continue to climb all 5 divisions with a number of cars and drivers capable of the win on any given night. What does that add up to? Well, action, and lots of it at the Diamond in the Desert Cocopah Speedway. And one of the drivers contributing to that exciting action, Cody Grabbe in the number 21 IMCA Modified, is set to join us next. Racing Radio, it's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.
That's the sound my coffee mug made when it hit the kitchen floor after I realized my 16-year-old son was addicted to meth. This is the sound of him being rushed to the hospital after we found him strung out on his bedroom floor. And this is how it sounds when he tells you he's finally ready for treatment.
If you're in recovery from addiction, share your story with the partnership at drugfree.org. Your story can change someone else's.
From the partnership at drugfree.org and drugfreeaz.org.
No matter what type of air conditioning or heating help you need, schedule some help from 1 Hour Air Conditioning. Ready for the season? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating can help. No AC at all? 1 Hour can help. Need help upgrading your old inefficient system? 1 Hour can help. Now's the time to schedule your annual air conditioning safety inspection for just $59. Call 1 Hour today at 783-4242. Some limitations and exclusions apply.
We're always on time. You don't pay your time.
It's back, and it's better than ever. Fisher Chevrolet is proud to announce it's cool to stay in school. Be the lucky local high school student to win a 2013 Chevy Sonic. To be eligible, all you have to do is go to school every day this school year. That's right, your perfect attendance makes you eligible to win a 2013 Chevy Sonic. See if your school is participating in this huge event. Rules are posted at itsafisher.com. It's easy, it's fun, and you could win a Chevy Sonic from Fisher Chevrolet Buick GMC.
It's a Fisher. It's a Fisher. Fisher Chevrolet.
When you want to stay informed, all you need to do is tune in to Outlaw Country. When breaking news happens in Yuma, the Outlaw Country News Department is on top of it. News Director Jennifer Blackwell is quick to provide news information and updates to keep the community informed. Over the airwaves and on Facebook and Twitter. When you want Yuma news you know you can count on, keep it right here. Outlaw Country is your home for the best classic country and Yuma news with Jennifer Blackwell.
You're listening to Racing Radio. It's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, looking ahead on this edition of Laptime Live to next Saturday's Fan Appreciation Night at Cocopah Speedway, round number 4 of the 2013 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. And joining us now, today's special guest, Cody Grabbe, driver of the number 21 IMCA Modified, and also, by the way, the Cocopah Speedway 2011-2012 Modified Rookie of the Year. And welcome, Cody.
Thank you.
Hey, for those who've maybe not had the pleasure of meeting you in person or have not had the opportunity of seeing you behind the wheel of a race car yet, can you background us just a little bit on yourself and how you wound up in the ranks of the IMCA Modifieds?
Well, I started driving a little bit of go-karts and stuff when I was younger, about 12. Kind of played around in those a little bit, not anything too serious. And then I was living in Texas with my mom and moved back to Yuma with my dad. And when I moved back here, he stuck me in a modified, and that's what I started off in. And we ran the season and just kind of started off the season thinking, just get some seat time and run your own race. And we ended up coming out second in the points and got Rookie of the Year, and it turned out really good for us.
Nice start to a very promising career. You noted your dad, who, of course, raced here in Yuma for many years. He's still involved with your car and a number of others here in the Yuma area. So kind of a natural progression, so to speak, for you to get behind the wheel?
Yeah, I would think so. Racing's been in my life, my whole life. My dad raced late models at Yuma Speedway and Cocopah Speedway, and, every once in a while I'll go to Phoenix and stuff around Arizona. And it's just kind of in my blood. So.
Well, it seems to a lot of people like we're kind of deep into the season, but in all actuality, only 3 local races have been run so far this year. At this point, are you off to the start you'd envision for 2013? And bearing in mind, of course, opening weekend, a little bit of a difficult one for you.
Yeah, it started off good in the heat race, but then had some trouble coming into the main, and we started off the season not the greatest, but it happens to all of us. We always have our bad slumps, but hopefully we're just going to keep digging and hopefully come out with better finishes and keep climbing in the points. So.
And again, those difficulties opening weekend, really ones that weren't on you, simply problems you had, at least initially, with the car upon arriving out at the track.
Right. It's just little stuff that's got us, and it happens to all of us, It was simple as a toggle switch. That's what got us the first night out. Ended up not getting the greatest position. We started on the pole and fell because the car didn't have power. So there's nothing you can really troubleshoot about it, nothing you could really do about it. It's just one of those things that happens.
As we say and we hear a lot, that's racing.
Yep.
How do you come back from something like that? What's the thought process, I guess, that goes into it? Because obviously there's frustration when it's something that's not in your control.
Yeah, it's hard because it really frustrates you, and the only thing you could really do about it is come back next race and with a better mindset and hopefully be prepared better.
You're currently sitting 8th in the track modified points. Happy to be sitting there, again, considering that you kind of were in a hole there, but now are climbing out of it?
Yeah, we're looking better since the first race, so I can't complain too much, but hopefully we keep climbing from 8th.
Well, we'll certainly look forward to seeing that. Now, those first 2 races, and in fact, 3rd race of the season as well, a lot of out-of-town drivers who were in, both getting track time in advance of the recent IMCA modified Winter Nationals, and of course the Winter Nationals themselves. What was that experience like, driving with so many out-of-town drivers and so many of the top modified drivers in the country?
We had a lot of national contenders and regional contenders come down, and to run with those guys is great because they're so fast and they're so clean, and to run with them is it's incredible. You learn a lot from them, their driving styles and all their moves that they do and how they drive with each other. It's incredible, and hopefully we can end up being something like that one of these days.
Any particular teams or drivers that you might have become particularly close to during that period?
Not necessarily close with. I talked to Jesse Sobbing a little bit. We had that press conference that we did, and that was kind of cool talking to him because he won all 3 nights at the Winter Nationals, I've talked to a lot of them. Zane DeVilbiss is a national champion. I talked to him a little bit, helped him out with stuff. He helped me out, so those guys are really nice guys to hang out with and talk to and race with. A lot of fun. You
had mentioned that news conference in front of the IMCA Modified Winter Nationals, and that was one of the really cool things for me to watch personally, insofar as things we've seen so far in 2013. After the news conference itself was over, just the let's talk racing, and all of you who were involved in the news conference, 15-20 minutes of just sharing some good bench racing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we always get together because we have so much in common with each other, all the setups and the different cars and where we've been and what we've done, and it's cool to get to know other racers because, you learn from what they've done and who they are and what they are, Any
stuff that you might have picked up from some of those folks that you take forward with you through the rest of the year?
Just how smooth they are. How fast they are, certain things that they do with their cars. And I heard a couple of them say that they've done 106 shows in the season, and that's just mind-boggling. So
we'll come back and touch on a number like that in just a moment. You've competed at some other tracks outside of the Yuma area. What was that experience like?
It's great. I like running at different tracks because it gives you a different motive. It gives you a different feel of the car and feel of a different track. You're not just staying at one place. I think it makes you a better driver when you can drive at different tracks and do well. I've raced at Verona over in California, and I've raced in Texas. We went to Texas one time, and here, so I've been around a little bit. Vegas, we ran in Vegas too at the Duel in the Desert last year. That was a good experience. But to run around at different tracks, it's great. I like it. I would do it more if I could.
Well, hopefully those opportunities will be coming to you in the not-too-distant future. Cody Grabbe is our special guest on this morning's edition of Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and also by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. We'll be back with more in just a moment here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400.
Buying Girl Scout cookies probably looks very simple. You just buy a few boxes from a Girl Scout and that's it, right? But you wouldn't believe the skills we learned by the whole experience of selling them. Ask us about our inventory. We have something for every taste. Notice our new boxes? They tell the story of what we do. Ask us where the money goes. Our team gets to decide. When a Girl Scout sells you cookies, she's building a lifetime of skills and confidence. This is what a girl can do. Girl Scout cookie season is here. Find your cookies at girlscoutssoaz.org.
Strong Hearts Native Society, along with the Quechan Nation, invite you to the 33rd Annual San Pasqual Valley Unified School District Powwow. Enjoy authentic native arts and crafts, jewelry, painting, weaving, music, kachinas, fry bread, and much more. Join us March 8th through the 10th at the San Pasqual Football Field, 676 Baseline Road in Winter Haven. The 33rd Annual San Pasqual Valley Unified School District Powwow. For more information, call 760-572-0222.
The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life will be at Desert Sun Stadium on April 27th and 28th. Hi, I'm John Curtis, and as a cancer survivor, I invite you to get your teams together now or join a team soon as the deadline is fast approaching. The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life is an overnight experience you will never forget as we walk all night because cancer never sleeps. Last year, over 2,000 participants raised $238,000 to help fund a cure for cancer. They made our Yuma Relay the biggest in the state of Arizona. Over 300 survivors came to our event where we celebrate survivors, remember lost loved ones, and fight back by raising funds to fund a cure for cancer. We want to thank all of the businesses that help support our fundraising efforts. For more information, go to the web at relayforlife.org/YumaAZ to get started. That's relayforlife.org/YumaAZ. And you are listening to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400, presented by Cocopah Casino and 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. And joining us again in studio today, Cody Grabbe, driver of the Yuma-based number 21 IMCA Modified. Grabbe getting set for action next Saturday night as part of Fan Appreciation Night at Cocopah Speedway. And we've got some special activities planned for Fan Appreciation Night out at the Diamond in the Desert. Your take so far on the support that Yuma area fans are showing for you?
I like it. I like hanging out with all the fans, to be around them and all the little kids that like to see all the drivers and see the cars and stuff. It's a cool experience. I think it's great for them.
If you're showing somebody your car and there's a special thing about your car you want to show them or something you want to impart, what do you kind of focus in on?
I would have to say that the little kids, they always like to get in the car. I think that's probably the number one thing. They like to get in the car, or they always like to take pictures with you with the car or something, you know. That's probably the greatest part.
And that, of course, is where the drivers of tomorrow are coming from, and you've got some experience with that.
Oh, yeah.
We've got your dad in the studio with us this morning too, Don. Your take on what you're seeing so far. Just a couple of years in with Cody's racing experience, but you got to be proud.
Absolutely. He's done a wonderful job at his appearance of everything he's done. He's shown potential of being a good shoe for racing, and I like that, and we do the best to give him the best car he can have and handle with and deal with the car in the appropriate ways. He's done a great job. Just want to see him go right on up the ladder.
As any of us would. You've seen a lot of changes over the years here in the Yuma area-based racing scene. What impresses you most the last couple of years?
Well, technology's gone a long ways with the cars, the designs of the cars. The drivers have definitely gone a long ways from what they used to be in the older days when I ran. Now it's just the newer generation, as I kind of look at it, and the guys are all doing a great job doing their driving.
Well, you are a big supporter and, of course, work the car prep for Cody, so we know it's definitely not a sit-down job for you. But I want to ask you, Cody, if you weren't driving a race car, what would you be doing to recreate or to compete?
I'd be helping one of the guys. Probably any of them out there. I would be out there helping. I like being out there in the racing environment. It's kind of my thing, so...
Well, so insofar as being involved in that thing, what's your motivation, on race day? Do you come out to the, track with a particular goal for a particular event?
Just like everybody else, go out there to win.
Ah, well spoken indeed. So, all right, getting set to go out there for that win. Any particular mental prep that you might go through on race day or during the entire week ahead?
You really think about everything that can possibly happen out there, every situation you go through, you've been through. You just have to have your focus on and really pay attention to what everybody's doing and where everybody's running, what the track is doing. The track condition is a big thing, what it does and how your setup is going to be for the track. And sometimes you get that lucky night and you run up to the front and take it. So.
A wonderful thing indeed when it all comes together like that. Inspirations to you in terms of being out in competition at Cocopah Speedway?
Inspirations. My dad has been a big inspiration to me. He's, just the stuff that he's done, building his own car and finishing high in the points a lot and all the main event wins that he's had. It inspires me to do what he's done or better. So starting last season with our second in the points and rookie of the year and getting all that's big for me because that's something that my dad has done and even better. Running in Verona actually is where I picked up my very first main event win. So to win there and just like we were talking earlier, the luck has to be there, the setup has to be there, the position has to be there, everything has to be perfect, and when it all comes together, it's a great night. And that's when we want it, so.
I talked about some of the talk with competitors, but also what you're able to share back and forth with your dad, and that's one of the things that has always been near and dear to my heart where racing is concerned, and that is that family aspect and that ability to be able to share back and forth.
Right. It's a big deal, Since I started in go-karts, he's really worked with me a lot in that. Taught me what I need to do to focus and what I need to do to drive and what's the best way to pass and all the possibilities that can happen out on the racetrack. He's the one that's really taught me everything that I know. So it's great to have him as a crew chief and set up my car and tell me what I need to do, and he's a big help.
So one moment in particular over the past couple of years that maybe stands out as most fun for you, could be a track moment or, could be something that happened, while working on the race car. Anything that stands out?
Yeah, my very first win in Verona. We went out and we started outside front row in the heat race, and I walked off and led every lap and won the heat race, and then going into the main, I led every lap there and won the main too, so that was a huge deal for me with the 21-car field. It was incredible, and for him just to be there and watch and, know that's his kid out there, it was just, it's great.
Well, making a mark and making it very fast. Now, let's look ahead a little bit, say goals for the next 5 or 10 years. Where do you foresee yourself? Where would you like to be?
something bigger than I am now, for sure. You know, from maybe driving late models or sprint cars or maybe even asphalt stuff. You know, I'm not too sure, but I'd like to do any of that stuff. Where the bigger money is and the bigger sponsors and stuff, hopefully we could be there one of these days.
And the bigger time commitment, too.
Yes, very.
It takes a lot of time, as we've noted, but also a lot of supporters. And who are the people who help make it possible for you to race at Cocopah Speedway?
The first one is my dad, by far. He's the one that sets up the car and does all the work on it and welding and everything, motor work, which is Grabbe Racing Engines, is what's on our car for it. Holiday Inn is the new one that we just picked up. They're our big money sponsor, and they're just stepping into the racing side of it with us. So that's new. That's brand new. But Discount Tire, they've helped out a lot. I can't thank them enough. They've given me all my wheels and tires and what I need. Valvoline instant oil change. They give me all my oils and filters, and they help me out a lot there too. You know, Action Plumbing, he's helped me out a lot with using some of his equipment and helping work on the car and stuff. And you know, if it wasn't for any of my sponsors and all the people that support me, and even from the people that tell me good luck, you know, whatever, anything, they're the ones that have really helped, and they're the ones I can't thank enough.
Well, you've just had the opportunity to do so. We know they wish you the best of luck, and we wish you the best of luck, too, as we look forward to next Saturday night out at Cocopah Speedway.
All right, thank you.
Cody, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Grabbe, the driver of the number 21 IMCA Modified, just one of the stars of the 2013 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series, back in action next Saturday night at the Diamond in the Desert, and that is Fan Appreciation Night. Gates, as always, will be open at 5 with some special fan appreciation ceremonies and racing beginning at 7 p.m. In fact, you're going to get a chance to actually step out onto the track at Cocopah Speedway, right down onto the oval in the front chute for a meet and greet with all of the cars and the drivers who want to say thank you to you, the fans, for making 2013 the year it's been so far. And, of course, the excitement will only keep growing from there. Shuttle buses between Cocopah Casino and Cocopah Speedway will be running next Saturday, as they are for each and every race in 2013 at the Diamond in the Desert. Easy access, just park over at the casino, maybe enjoy yourself a late lunch or early dinner, and the exciting entertainment options offered over at Cocopah Casino before boarding the shuttle bus and coming on over to the Speedway. Also a great way to beat the after-exit rush. You can find lots of other specialized content and a variety of information about all of the drivers at Cocopah Speedway, as well as at Cocopah Casino and the 2013 racing season. It's all available on the web at www.cocopahspeedway.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook as well, and when you're at the track, you can bring the action even closer via your smartphone or your tablet with live lineup, scoring, and results. Hook up through CocopahLive.com or at MyLaps.com, and both applications can also be accessed through CocopahSpeedway.com. Our thanks once again to Cody Grabbe for joining us in studio today. And as much as we love the sound of race cars, well, hey, we also want to tell you that we love the sound of freedom. So if you're out at the air show today, hey, a big thank you to you for bringing us along. You've been listening to Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m. here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.